my little party animals. Hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you. I know we ended up missing this past Monday. Normally I have speed builds out on Mondays and Wednesdays. I was just so excited from the news that I gave you guys last week. If you did not see that video, you should definitely go check out my video from last Friday. I went through everything that happened. Long story short, my boyfriend of 4 years proposed to me and we are now engaged. We are planning on getting married, hopefully next year in October. So I've been a little preoccupied with, looking around for venues and that kind of thing. So I did end up skipping Monday, but we are back at it today and we are actually doing a collab. So this collab is between me and RyanAkita. RyanAkita is a newer Sims YouTuber and we met through my Facebook group, the Sims streamers and YouTubers. He is on there, he is super active. He has been a phenomenal member and I am so excited to be doing this collab with him. Now, Ryan tends to do more create a sim style things. So he does create a lot of Sims, he does a lot of CC hauls and that kind of thing. But again, his channel is like brand new. Guys, I'm talking, he has been on YouTube for like 3 weeks at this point. So he had messaged me on Twitter probably about a week or two ago and asked if I would be interested in doing a collab with him. And I said I would love to. It had been so long since I have done a collab. I know I've done a few group collabs. I always do Havana Sims collabs. We have the Sims streamers and YouTubers collabs. But I haven't done, just kind of a one-on-one collab with someone in a while. So I thought that would be really fun to do. And, I remember starting out my channel and wanting to collab with all of these people and being absolutely terrified to ask them because I was like, what if they say no? What if they hate me? So I always like to try and give as many opportunities to new Sims YouTubers as possible. I'm sure if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that about me. You always have to remember where you came from. Not that I am a big, giant, crazy YouTuber or anything like that, but even going from, I started my channel 3 weeks ago to where I am now, I have learned and grown so much in that time. And, I think it's really nice to just kind of like help out other people. So the premise of this collab is that Ryan has created 2 Sims. There is a couple that is going to be living in this house. So he created the Sims for me and I am building their house. And basically, to build this house, I was given one picture. Just one picture of this couple and I had to build their perfect dream house off of the picture. So the picture that Ryan sent me, I will pop it up on the screen, hopefully sometime right about now, and you will get to see what this couple looks like. To me, they looked, a little bit more on the artsy side, a little bit more on the alternative side. So it didn't feel right to just do, kind of my normal, here's a nice, cute suburban house. Like it didn't feel right for these particular Sims. So I was kind of thinking, I was like, God, what do I do? And I messaged Simmer Aaron, who is one of my very good friends. We have a group chat going on between me, Simmer Aaron, and Kitty Cat Plays with Yarn. And, we kind of throw ideas off of each other and just talk about life in general. So I messaged those 2 lovely ladies and Simmer Aaron answered me and was like, oh, they look like they would totally have some sort of like an industrial loft kind of thing. So she sent me a bunch of like inspiration pictures that had a bunch of posters up on the wall, nothing really kind of super matched, but at the same time it did, if that makes any sense. So we are now going in and finally building this house. So I did try and go with a little bit more of an industrial vibe with this. Now, industrial, modern in general is not my strong suit. It is absolutely not my strong suit, and I think the reasoning for that is because you don't see a lot of this particular style of building in New England. We do have a lot of, kind of like old mill buildings that I would consider industrial, but there's not a lot of like standalone houses that are, this kind of style. So it's a little hard to draw inspiration from something that I've never really seen in person in real life. But I think I did a pretty decent job. The exterior, I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite. I don't think it's my best work by any means of the word, but I do think that the interior is absolutely phenomenal. I really love the colors that I went with and how every room is, very different, but at the same time, it does all kind of go together. So I am really happy with the way that this turned out. I hope that Ryan likes this as well and he thinks, that it looks really good for the Sims that he had given me. But I guess we will find out when he, puts up his video and we kind of take a look at what each other came up with, because I can't wait to see how he went about doing this cast, and he uses all sorts of CC. Now you guys know that I am not a CC person. I'm not a CC builder. I don't use it for Create a Sim, but I'm always impressed by people who do. The reasoning why I don't use it is A, my computer has enough troubles as it is every once in a while, and B, the thought of going CC shopping is like so overwhelming to me. I don't even like going regular clothes shopping, let alone CC shopping. There's way too many options. I don't know what I should look at or anything. It's not for me. I have enough problems finding things in the game, let alone finding CC things. And I just can't deal with my game being broken every time that there's an update. It's not my cup of tea. But I am always impressed by people who, use CC, whether to be building or for Create a Sim. I'm always impressed. I think it's really cool. Some people make it look really great and they just have very, very good style choices. So I am really excited to see what he did with this family. So now that we are going in and finally furnishing this, we are starting with the kind of patio area upstairs. And really looking at this, honestly, I made it far too big. I don't know what I could have done otherwise, but it's big. It's really big. So I wasn't quite sure what to put up here. I knew I wanted a gardening area. I knew I wanted a flower arranging area. I wanted to try and put as many kind of creative skill building items in this build as possible. So I feel like flower arranging is pretty creative in itself. I feel like gardening is, maybe these Sims just enjoy being outdoors and they kind of grow their own food and that kind of thing. They kind of struck me as maybe the type of people that would do something like that. So I did keep that patio pretty simple with the exception of all those plants right up in the front. I think that looked super cool. And then we go into the actual build, and I started off with the bedroom this time. Normally I start with my kitchens or my bathrooms, but I don't know, I wanted to get this upstairs finished first for some reason, so I ended up going with a little bit more of a black and white color scheme in here. The downstairs of this house is very, very colorful. It's very bright. There's a lot of different colors going on, so I didn't want to overwhelm the build with too many colors. I thought keeping the bedroom more in a little bit of a neutral kind of style made a little bit more sense and kind of toned the build down to make it feel a little bit more realistic. I mean, not that colorful homes are not realistic, but sometimes it gets to be a little too much. So downstairs is where we kind of brought the color in the living room and in the kitchen. And then this entryway over here, this entryway turns into kind of like a weird little office area. And then the only bathroom is downstairs. Yes, there are windows to the front of your house while you're taking a bath. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't find a better place for the bathroom. I really was not sure where to put it. So, it is what it is. At least it's a little bit high up off the ground and, maybe people won't be looking in your bathroom as you're taking a tub. I don't really know. It's The Sims. I don't think they really care too much, to be entirely honest. I did end up adding a doorway over here, and silly me, while I was taking screenshots, I realized that I never put a staircase outside to get out of that doorway. So I do need to fix that before I upload this to the gallery. I had already, you know, done everything, and I was editing my screenshots at that point. I was like, oh God, of course I forgot to put a staircase to get up to that stupid door. Why did I think that I would do, you know, the good job on this build? No, that's not me, guys. So we are finally moving into the kitchen, and I went with yellow and teal and orange in here. Now, normally, I don't know if these colors really go together, but I think this kitchen turned out pretty darn cute. My original intention was where I am placing the kitchen right now was going to be more of where the dining room table was going to be. I was going to have a little nook over there, and then I realized I had these big, beautiful windows that looked out over the pool, and I didn't want to block them with countertops. It just didn't seem right. So I ended up kind of switching up my idea, and I tucked the kitchen into that little back area and just did, you know, some nice little bar stool seating. And then of course we do have a nice little dining room table here. Nothing super crazy. I did have a little bit of problems trying to figure out what the heck color I was going to use, and I ended up going with these orange chairs, which I think, you know, maybe they don't quite go, but I think it really works with this build and the Sims that are in this build, if that makes sense. And then of course the final area besides the garage. The garage literally has a car in it. It's not very exciting. There's nothing much going on in there. But this is the living space, so I did manage to fit in a bookshelf and an easel down here. We have a nice big TV so they can, you know, sit down, watch their movies, whatever it is that they want to watch. I love this TV. I think sometimes for a few builds it's a little too big, but it worked absolutely perfect right here. And then I did end up using a few of the Myshuno items. Now, I know that this is not people's favorite pack, but I have to say, for a stuff pack, I am pretty impressed with the Myshuno pack. The couch is great. This end table or the coffee table is great. The end table is great too. Honestly, the furniture is just like so cool looking. I love it. I think it's one of my top 3 favorite stuff packs. I don't know. Maybe it is. I think it is. Laundry Day is definitely my favorite. Laundry Day, hands down. And after that, I don't know, fitness stuff has kind of a sweet spot for me because I am a fitness instructor. But after that, Myshuno is, I don't know, it's pretty top notch. If you guys are back and forth on that pack at all, you might want to check it out because I think it has some really cool items in it. I haven't used the photography career literally at all, but if you're more into gameplay, I don't know how that goes, but build-wise, I think it is worth the $10, to be entirely honest. We are, of course, moving into the final area, the garage, where I end up putting a car. Very creative. Good job, Renee. Pat on the back. So if you guys enjoyed this build, please give it a thumbs up down below. Definitely head over to Ryan's channel. It will be linked in my description box down below so you can see the Sims that were created for this house. If you are new here or you're not new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!